Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. So we meet again. So, if you remember the other night, I made some very delicious bread. And I have a very delicious meatloaf recipe because I have made meatloaf for years and years and years. So after you make it for years and years and years, you make it good because you've been making it for years and years and years. And you probably have to be old. So let me get my little meatloaf. Yummy. My apartment smells so yummy. I made a small meatloaf because I didn't want to be eating this stuff for a week. And we'll show you. Owie. I hope you can see the meatloaf. This is a really tasty Mexican meatloaf. And my son ate this for years and years and years. And he came out okay. So, I have a little tea. I usually make about 4 cups. This is just regular black tea. This is why it's so delicious. Notice my little teapot. One of the things I love is I love to use my stuff that I love, like my jewelry. I know many of you know leopard is not trending. Well, I'm sorry, but I have a lot of leopard stuff and I really, really love it. Dollar Tree, $1. Okay, so now, let me give you my Mexican meatloaf recipe. Okay, I bought 8 pounds of hamburger from Walmart for $20, and I find it to be good. And so I bought it in patties. Maybe I can get it out to show you if you've never tried it. Oh, good, it's right here. Here it is. See how it comes in patties? So I got 2 patties. So if you put good ingredients in, you're gonna get a good meatloaf out. So, okay, so what I had was hamburger, dry onions, salt, and pepper, but I used my garlic pepper from Walmart. I needed to use eggs, so I had an egg from the food pantry. I had a little leftover salsa, and I had a little bread. So I toasted my bread, and I ground it in the blender. My homemade bread, and you know, your breadcrumbs do count. If you make good breadcrumbs, your stuff is going to taste better. So what I did was I mixed my hamburger and just plain old dry onions from Dollar Tree, salt, and instead of salt, I used this garlic pepper I got from Dollar Tree, and big thanks to one of the followers that said that stuff is mostly salt. So then I added pepper. Okay, so I seasoned my meat up basically. Then I added the salsa in, then I added the egg, and then last I added the breadcrumbs. Then I put it in the refrigerator to refrigerate it a bit so I could make a nice tight loaf. Yes, I don't want a sloppy loaf. That's unacceptable. So I made a tight little loaf. Then I put it in the oven at 350, and then when it was done, I put the ketchup on a few minutes so my ketchup didn't burn. Are you kidding? So, okay, so that's how I made my delicious little meatloaf. The salsa tastes really good in the meatloaf, and I didn't use salsa. I ground Rotel tomatoes, or you can grind salsa. Yeah, canned salsa, and it's cheaper. So let me get my delicious meatloaf out of here. Let me get this stuff off. Yummy. My apartment smells really, really, really good. Let me see if this thing is still going. Okay, so. Then I had potatoes that I needed to use up. So how I can make my potatoes really, really good without making them too fattening is, I mean, too expensive, is I can just use my homemade butter that I made. And the way to get your skins nice and crispy is just put them in the oven. You don't need, we used to cover them with foil. You don't need to do that. So I have my homemade butter that I made, you know, just out of heavy cream. And so that is going to taste very, very yummy in my baked potatoes. And then I have some chives, some dry chives. You know, a lot of times I would just use turkey burger and everything else under the sun. No, I think it's best to go with just some nice hamburger. It's not too expensive. So I will demonstrate now how you'll be able to slice your meatloaf into some really nice slices, because your meatloaf is tight. It's not loose and sloppy. All right, now let me give you a close-up. Here is my Mexican meatloaf. This is good when you have salsa left. This is good because it's good. And then I have peas. So, you know, we have to have peas because, you know, I had peas left over. But this is a very cheap meal. Now, for dessert, I made sugar-free Jell-O. And then this is my homemade yogurt. This doesn't look good, but it's really, really good. And there's not much left because I consumed most of it. So tonight I will make another batch. I took it out a little early because I was baking stuff. So, okay, so now, welcome to all the new subscribers. I can't believe it. I got so many new subscribers. It is wonderful. And I'm looking forward to all your comments. And the comments are awesome. If you take time out of your day to watch my videos and leave a comment, I just want to let you know I really, really appreciate it. And so what I want to do is, like, just today I was discussing all kinds of stuff with my son, and he was discussing stuff with me, and his stuff was probably a lot more intelligent than my stuff, but, you know, it was a good exchange. So I want to discuss some stuff with you guys after the food so you guys can tune out if you don't want to hear it. Okay, so now, if you have potatoes to use up, what you can do, why I made this, tomorrow I will save this other potato so I can make a very tasty chorizo and egg burrito. If you make your potatoes the night before, and then you have, you fry a little chorizo, preferably in bacon grease. One of the most economical things I have bought are those big packages of bacon ends that I got at Albertsons. Oh, and I wanted to mention something. Eventually, I will sell all these clothes and I will sell all this jewelry at the swap meet. I'm not going now because of the coronavirus, and it's very wet and rainy. And it's not just a bunch of excuses. I will go when the time is right. So, for your burrito, if you fry like one piece of bacon, a little chorizo, and then you move it over and scramble your egg. Well, you'd add the potato already baked the night before. It's going to come out so much better. So you have egg, potato, and chorizo in a burrito. And I'll probably make it tomorrow. And that is being conservative with all your resources and using your potatoes down. Now, let me tell you something about this meatloaf. This is also going to make an awesome meatloaf sandwich. I put mayonnaise, mustard, salt, and pepper. You guys gotta try this. You will love it. let me show you. Look at this tastiness. This is a really big bite. If I choke, I deserve it. There have been videos that I took bites, such a big, huge, hot bites that I know someone that burned their esophagus with hot coffee, so it's really not true. It's really not funny. I better take half a bite. He was in a world of hurt. Another tip is don't put too much breadcrumbs in your meatloaf. Okay, so with your potatoes, you can make potato salad, but I'm trying to tame it down on the carbs, so just one. Or you can make mashed potatoes. Okay, so now, I have to write this down because I forget everything. It has been reported that in some places there are no meat. This is not good, you guys. What I did is I packed my freezer full of cheap meat. Not because I dearly love eating cheap meat, I just wanted to make sure that I had some meat. So, and some places are limiting the buying of meat to one package. So now if you absolutely cannot get any meat, which would be really, really bad, could that ever happen? I hope not. You can substitute some cheese, some milk, some butter. That's why I bought at the beginning of this coronavirus thing, I bought heavy cream so I would have butter. Bacon fat, that's why I bought all that darn bacon, and olive oil for meat. What you can do is buy cheap meat. It's better than nothing, you guys. Okay, you can go to Dollar Tree and buy pork sausage. I still have a package in there. I have to eat it within the next couple of days. But that's okay because I'll make sausage and gravy and I'll make some homemade biscuits. And I think I'll use my pancake mix again. Pork sausage, hot dogs, turkey bacon. This is Dollar Tree. Lunch meat, bologna. They have bologna and salami. 2 burgers. Hamburgers. Now they're not 100% ground beef. I think there's some soy in them, but they're good enough, you know, if there is no meat, you know. Veggie burgers, and then Walmart usually has those chubs of turkey burger for $1.60 for a pound. Is it the best? Not really, but it'll do. Okay, so what I'm doing is 8 pounds of hamburger from Walmart, $20. Big packages of bacon ends, and I'm looking for chicken on sale. Okay, now what about this limiting of 1 package? Okay, remember the toilet paper thing? What I did is I went around like as fast as I could and checked for toilet paper in various stores, and sometimes all I was able to get was 1 big package. Sometimes I was able to get 2 big packages by going to different stores, and paper towels. One time I got a bunch of tissue. So you might be going, wow, you know, you are really a resource hog. Well, now I have toilet paper and everybody else can have, you know, toilet paper. Okay, the mandatory self-isolation possibly could be over in 1 week here, but in Britain it's lasting a month. And if we go until April 4th, that is almost a month. 1 month, some people have not been able to work. Okay, now there's a possibility if they're taking us to socialism, there's a strong possibility that could happen. That's what it looks like. Everyone's going to get a check and everyone's not going to work. I worked in shops with immigrants from Iraq, and a lot of them purposely went to socialist countries, free college, free this, free that. So there could be a mandatory 1 month vacation for everyone. This time we have to do it because there's a looming coronavirus, which I think there is. So I used to work in salons, and the salons I worked in were Asians, a lot. Well, they like to take a 1 month vacation, like about once a year. They're living very frugally all year long, and then they take these vacations for a month. And I would be working most of the time 2 and 3 jobs. I can tell you it does hurt you over time taking that month off. In fact, I'm racking my brains. Why do I seem to be living so much better on less money? Well, I wasn't taking a whole damn month off. That's why. Never. So we might be forced to, and what can we do? Well, what we can do is we can mentally prepare ourselves for the eventuality of being forced to take a month off. In some socialist countries, they limit the number of hours you can work too, and some of them, the tax starts at 50%. Okay, so what can we do? If you remember, in January, I was discovered that they had taken $125 of my income. If you do the math, it's maybe about 10 or 12%. So what did I do? I ran around and I got every social service I could to make up for the... I knew better than to let my income lapse. And you saw the crazy stuff I did. And it was crazy, believe me. When I was doing it, I go, wow, this is terrible, but you know, I got to do what I got to do. I don't have anyone to take care of me. Okay, so what you can do, one thing, you can reduce your spending by 12% the whole rest of the year. So if you have $100, you only have $90, which, you know, you can earn 1/12 more money every year. It's easier to earn your way out of this kind of stuff than save your way out of this. Plus, we're probably going to be suffering inflation. Okay, so small jobs could include eBay. Okay, eBay continued. People might not have bought. I could have sold stuff. I did sell stuff. But because of my age, I told my son, I don't want to do this. If I pick up the coronavirus, I'm history. So I've been mostly sequestered in my house. Okay, eBay swap meet. The swap meet was still going. I just didn't go because I thought it might be kind of dangerous for picking up the coronavirus. And YouTube. That is a small job, and once you get good at it, it will give you a little income. Okay, now this is a very dangerous thing that I see about the coronavirus. Let me see if this thing's going. Sometimes I'm talking and it's not going. Okay, the dangerous thing is, okay, the panic is kind of subsiding, but does that mean the coronavirus is any less dangerous than the first day we discovered it? No. So if we start getting sloppy, then we're more likely to pick it up. Okay, when I was a nurse, the minute I walked into that hospital, I assumed everyone had MRSA. I don't care if they were in there for a infected toe. At that time, that was the bad one. So what we do now, indefinitely, is we assume that it's going to be very, very easy to pick up disease because it's spread all over the world, and chances are this is not the first nor the last time. Okay, so I've been eating my freezer down and I got a little space in there. So what I don't want to do is let up on my stockpiling. So what I'm going to do, so I have a little space and I go, ooh, what can I put up there? Well, what I decided to put up there was chicken and cheese. Okay, so this is the year anyway of the extreme frugality, and it has served me well. And in fact, if I hadn't been extremely frugal, chances are things are not going to be going well for me, you guys. Okay, so today I ate the rest of those beans I made the other day, and I thought, wow, what can I do with these things? Well, what I did is I had beans, cheese, salsa, and tortilla strips, and then I had some bread with the cooked fruit apples that I made. Being very, very cheap and eating up everything. Okay, and now I want to give you my old-fashioned my old-fashioned meal plan that we ate every day for years. And this is what I had planned on when I first started doing this, and I veered off. Okay, spaghetti was always Monday. These are not in order. Meatloaf, tacos, chicken, fish sticks and macaroni and cheese, or tuna casserole. So I force myself to eat tuna once a week, or fish sticks, hamburgers, and hot dogs. And then with those, you know, I usually had potatoes. With hot dogs, I usually had rice because I love hot dogs, and then rice with milk and sugar. Okay, now, okay. So you want to continuously stockpile just by buying 1 or 2 items here and there. Nothing hysterical. I think it's counterproductive anyway. I did buy a lot of toilet paper, however. Okay, and then you want to store water. Chances are something could contaminate the water. There was a comment and it said, the coronavirus is not in the water. When I was a nurse, they said, do not throw the narcotics in the toilet because it gets into the drinking water. Anything that is in your toilet has the potential to end up in the drinking water. Now, this is another thing about these Asian countries. They don't have enough drinkable water. I used to do somebody's hair who went over there in water purification. So you need clean water. So what I do is I eat mine down, and then, you know, I drink my water down, and when it gets 2 gallons down, I refill it. There's a kiosk, I can refill it for 20 cents. Okay, now we're getting into the crazy stuff, so if you're easily offended, you can tune out. Okay, this is about the 7 trumpets. Okay, I posted a good video on Twitter about the 7 trumpets, the one that I finally figured was pretty good, the one that I kind of agreed with. So go to Rotostone Twitter, you can do a search, and I come right up, and same thing with Instagram. Today I got the dog some peanut butter dog bones at Dollar Tree, and he really, really loves them. Okay, so the 7 trumpets could be sounding, and the thing about the 7 trumpets is the 7 trumpets usually denote judgments from God, like a locust. We have seen locusts, like war, possible, you know, maybe war coming. You know, famines, disease, pestilence. Okay, those are the judgments. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so now about the food shortage thing. You want to save all of your food that is nearly expired. Okay, when I was going to the food pantry, all that food was nearly expired. And if someone needs food, you want to give them some of your food. And my family came from Switzerland to Canada to Missouri to Utah. Not easy. And how did they get the safe passage past the Indians? They shared their food. So, you know, be thinking about that. Okay, and then it has been postulated that the army is gathering to fight the cabal, the child molesters and the pedophiles. And then it has been postulated that the Dracos are coming for another feast on the humans, as in eating and organ harvesting. That's another crazy. And that this coronavirus is not the big issue. So we have the trumpets. We have, what was the second one? I already forgot. They're so crazy I can't even remember them. The trumpets, the Dracos, that was the third one. Oh, and we're fighting the cabal. The cabal's numbers the cabal's days are numbered. President Trump has sworn to fight them. Okay, so now, this blackberry yogurt with the homemade, this does not look good, but this is good. This is homemade yogurt. I did a video. Okay, that's enough for today. That's more than enough. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.